All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory
You don't have to have.
is due unto Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Kakadash. That's all praises to the world calls God. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh by Hashem, meaning in the name of Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, preaching this truth and preaching this word in truth and sincerity. You know, the men, women, and children that believe wholeheartedly that are elected, we get salvation. I'm the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona Camp, Lord Will, with another video to edify. And I got to go in 2 videos, right? And what you about to see is this nigga who's trimmed his ways to seek love because ultimately the bag is what got him. And this is what happens with a lot of you niggas. And this is why when death starts coming, a lot of you fucking celebrities, a lot of you well-to-do niggas, you're going to be in bad spots because you choose not to come to the realization that you in the land of your fucking enemies. And then you preach this whole mindset to everybody who looks up to you because you got some fucking money. To where now you got a nigga with these bugged out fucking glasses on in a dark ass room already. Only nigga in the room with no
Self-pity.
shirt on doing a fucking interview with a damn biker glove on in a damn can't bucket hat. Right? So peep what this bugged out ass nigga says. And this shit irritates me because a lot of niggas is in this mindset. And a lot of you gonna just be chauffeured right off to the slaughter. Right?
You don't have to have self-pity or be a mentality of being victimized. There's no racism. You can do what you want in America and the world. Only you could breathe for yourself, and only you could see with your own eyes. So it's up to what you want. I made $100 million in football contracts. What, nigga? I have a good Nobody question.
That was his mindset. I made $100 million in contracts. Hey, and you can even peep it on the Goop, which this dude in the background is Asian dude sitting in the king chair. You know, he might be Jake. He could be, right? Because I've seen little interviews with him, man. He kind of moved like a Jake. But look at his face when he says this shit.
Fuck with us. What, nigga? We do what we want. You don't have to have self-pity or be a mentality of being victimized. There's no
Look at his face. There he is before he says the bullshit.
racism. You can do what you want in America and the world.
He looked at
Only
him all
you could
crazy
breathe.
because he knew exactly that. Yeah, there is. You got a panel full of bunch of bitches and a confused nigga sitting there saying this. But 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, when he was going through some shit with his baby mama, this was his reaction to the police, right? When he understood.
Bitch ass little cop. Bitch ass nigga, you bum asshole. Tell the bitch trying to come to steal. Bitch, you gonna leave in the police car. Fuck out of here. Hollywood police, get the fuck out of here. Bitch ass niggas, get out of here. Fuck out of here. Niggas can't even get my key. Get the fuck out of here. Bitch ass niggas. Crackers, man. These crackers don't get no justice for no nigga, man. Fuck out of here.
You crackers ain't get no justice for a nigga, but now there's no racism. Yo, this is why the scriptures tell you, meddle not with a man that is given to change. Hey, let's get that. This is Proverbs 24 and 21. It says, my son, fear thou Yahweh and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. Right? And that nigga's given to change. Now, ultimately, a lot of Jake get in the same mentality and think shit is sweet because they get a bag. Because they think that all things are good. And it's because you make that covenant with death. This is Isaiah 28. Let's go there first. Isaiah 28. And I started 14. Wherefore Hear the word of Yahweh, ye scornful men that rule this people which is in Jerusalem, because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. And this is how you, Jake, make a covenant with death and hell, is when you get to that money, right? Esau gives you that contract. He lets you live a certain lifestyle, and then you start twisting up. Then you forget because you sell out, you bend over, you let them take this and that from you. Then you're like, you know what? The Heavenly Father wasn't giving it to you. You look at it as the Heavenly Father didn't give you those riches. You look at it as this Edomite gave it to you. So you're all good. Same thing Lil Wayne did, right? Nigga justified thinking that Esau wasn't racist and America wasn't racist because he got resuscitated by a fucking Edomite. Nah, maybe the Lord was the one that put it on him to do it, but at the end of the day, he could be a devil still. Just like Pontius Pilate, right? Wasn't Pontius Pilate's wife telling him not to fuck with Yahweh Shai? She was still an Edomite devil, though. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And this is what a lot of niggas in this world that got money fall under. You made a covenant with death, and with hell you had agreement. And you think just because you make that deal, you gave up those sacrifices, that somehow when negative shit comes, you're going to skate by. But no, that's not what the scriptures say, right? And this is what niggas get into. You see it all time and time again, and you see it in Israel as well. Men that call themselves Israelites sitting there saying Esau can be saved, right? Not worshiping the Lord in his true name. It's because you all sold out. I'm going to jump down to 17. It says, judge also. It says, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet. And the hell shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding places. Meaning when all that tribulation comes, none of that protection that you think you have now, that money, that status, that acclaim, Esau, patting you on the back, because really all this is with you celebrities that get in this mindset is Esau groomed you to socially consume your ass in front of everybody. And when you sit here and give your hand and act like he ain't your enemy, that's him showing that he fully got to you. And it's just right around the corner when he shows you publicly and fucks you over. Look at Bill Cosby. He thought he was big shit. Thought he was gonna buy MSNBC. What they put his ass on Front Street. Started talking about the Quaaludes and the Pudding Pops. Right? This is how it go. And you niggas are you're gonna learn hard. So it's verse 18. It says, "And your covenant with death shall be disannulled." So that covenant with death, that pact you made with this devil, right? Because the scriptures tell you he is as death. Let's get that. It's Habakkuk 2 and 5. It says, "Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man." Who's this talking about? Esau, Edom. Neither keep it at home. Who's the one who has military bases in almost every single nation in the world? Who enlarges his desire as hell and as death. Right? So that's the death in hell. And cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Right? So that's that death in hell niggas have made covenants and pacts with. So back in Isaiah 28 and 18, it says, "And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it." You see, these devils are gonna roll on you just as hard, and even harder now because you sold your ass out, and you being in a position that Jake sit here and look up to, sit here and tell Jake that there's no racism. So certain simple ass niggas that believe you are gonna walk around in the same thing with no covering, right? This is Psalm 62. and 10. It says, trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. Right? And that's what you see. A lot of niggas trust in oppression. Right? And that's all because riches increase and you just set your mind on it. Because the ones who have the riches that give it to you is Esau. So you just set your mind upon everything that Esau has. Right? This is Isaiah 30. And 12, wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because you despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. And this is what Jake do. You despise the word of the Lord, but you trust in oppression. We tell you Esau's the so-called Esau, the so-called white man, is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and because he gives you money and acclaim, and he preaches this all-encompassing, oh, we're all together in this thing mindset. You think he's really for your benefit, so you just push aside what the Lord's put in the prophets to speak, and you choose what Esau speaks. You choose to believe what he says. But over and over again, he's showing you that what he says isn't trustworthy. But our words are standing the test of time because we're coming out of the spirit of the Lord. It says, therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking coming suddenly in an instant. And that's what's about to happen. The breaking is about to come suddenly in an instant. This devil is going to roll and flush on you niggas just like everybody else. Right? You Jake that are in this high position, sitting lavishly, stretching yourself upon beds of ivory. Let's get that. This is Amos 6 and 3. It says, ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near, that lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches and eat the lambs out of the flock and the calves out of the stall. Niggas is living lavishly. That chant to the sound of the violin and invent to themselves music and invent to themselves instruments of music like David, and drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments, right? Living lavishly, living a kingly life. But they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph. And niggas that are in that position of saying that, you don't care that other niggas is getting it. You just care that you're no longer in that status of niggas that get it. So you turn a blind eye. Let me get this. Too short. Cover short. It's what I'm thinking of. Isaiah 28:20. It says, for the bed is shorter than a man can cover himself on it, and the cover narrower than he can wrap himself in it. Meaning what you think you have today isn't enough to actually sit here and keep you warm, keep you protected. Right? For Yahweh shall rise up as in Mount Perazim, he shall be wroth as in the valley of Gibeon, that he may do his work, his strange work, and bring to pass his act, his strange act. Right? Now therefore be ye not mockers, lest your bands be made strong. For I have heard from Yahweh of hosts a consumption even determined of the whole earth. And that consumption determined of the whole earth is talking about that fire that's about to come. Right? The Lord is about to put out that judgment. And you niggas just sold out, had that mindset of selling out and preach those same things to our people and falsehood. Right, you're going to get it. This 2 Corinthians 4:3, it says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world, and who's the God of this world? Esau, Edom, have blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. You see, the God of this world is blinded niggas like Antonio Brown, monkey
You
ass
don't
nigga,
have to have
giving interviews, no
self-pity
shirt,
or be a
stupid ass
mentality of
glasses on with a
being
bucket hat
victimized. There's no racism. You can't.
and biker gloves on and some change. Everybody else clothed up. Even the bitches got more clothes on than this nigga. Simple ass. And everybody looking at you like a damn fool. Right? This is Mark 4. In 9 it says, no, that's not it. Mark 4:19. It says, in the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of riches. And that's what niggas get deceived by. It's a bag, man. That's why Esau preaches, this and promotes everything when niggas chasing, getting to the bag, chasing the bag. Because that money makes it easy to deceive you niggas. It says, in the lust thereof, in the lust, it says, in the lust of other things entering in, choke the word and it become unfruitful. And that's what's happened because everybody's heard this word. And this dude, Antonio Brown, has heard the word. But the deceitfulness of riches crept in and choked it out of him. Let alone this nigga ended his season with the Buccaneers because he was telling them his shit was hurting. He wasn't right yet. And when they told him, get your black ass in the game, he felt no racism from that. Let Tom Brady say his ankle ain't right. They gonna let his ass sit down. Which Tom Brady might be a Jake. But they're gonna let his ass sit down because he looks like Esau. Right? Hey, judgments is about to start going out, man. But a quick lesson, Lord willing, was edifying. I'm gonna say, call law, Yahweh Shemir, Shai Shemir Kakara Shalom.